I bought this Porsche Boxster for £3,000, but for £2,750, I could have had this. So, did I make the right choice? Let's find out. This MX-5 is a Mark III launch edition, one of only 3,500 in the world. It has a 4-cylinder, 2-litre engine and weighs about 1,170 kg, which is 70 kilograms lighter than the Boxster. But the Boxster, with its 2.5-litre flat 6 with 205 horsepower, has a bit more power. So which is faster? Official 0 to 60 figures, this is 6.7 seconds and this is 6.5 seconds. But as this is a newer car, I have a feeling this is quicker to get off the line. So this probably will be a bit faster. But who knows until we test it. The MX-5 is known for being cheap and reliable. Easy to source parts, easy to work on, and a good cheap bit of fun for the road. The Boxster, well, it's expensive. It's not very reliable, but it is good fun still nonetheless. The MX-5 offers a cheap and simple way to have some fun. The Boxster, back in its day, was a lot more expensive to purchase than an MX-5. But is it worth that extra money? The MX-5, being Japanese, is known for its reliability. Cheap parts, easy to work on, you could do it yourself on the driveway. The Boxster, however, known for its IMS bearing issues. If that goes, you may as well go to the bank for a loan to fix it, because it's going to cost you a lot of money. With the Boxster getting old now as well, you'll notice that suspension is starting to go crusty, rear anti-roll bars are starting to go crusty, and the lower arms are starting to have some play in them. Not the easiest jobs in the world to do. On the MX-5, I'm sure all you need is a 10mm socket and a bit of patience. As this is the launch edition car, it is a limited edition, one of only 3,500 in the world, meaning that its value will probably hold. But, unbelievably, this 6-year-old newer car was £250 cheaper than the Boxster was. This car, though, is iconic. Mazda is known for how well it can build a rear-wheel drive sports car. The success of the NA variant, the success of the NB variant, despite the fact the NB variants don't work very often. And then you have this, the NC variant, completely redesigned from what they've done before, a lot bigger than the previous generation. However, the MX-5 remains an iconic car and a bit of Mazda history. The Boxster, however, controversially, I think it's as iconic as the 911. It's the car that saved Porsche. Without this car, Porsche probably would have gone into bankruptcy. They had to design a car for more people to be able to purchase, and this was it, which what makes it an iconic car for the Porsche brand. So, what are they like to drive? Well, let's get in them and let's go find out. So, let's find out what the MX-5 is like to drive, shall we? First of all, it's a lot smoother than the Boxster already, and that's just from initial impressions of just leaving this car park. It sounds phenomenal. This car has a Cobra exhaust system on it, which is not standard, as I'm sure most of you are probably aware, but my God, does it sound good. Little light acceleration, it picks up, it's so visceral. You know, this car is just, it's how every MX-5 always has been. They are literally the epitome of get in and go for a drive and just enjoy yourself, because, you know, what's the point of having a car like this if you can't just enjoy yourself and just do this? This is just absolutely phenomenal. I think the thing is, it sounds like and feels like I'm going 100 miles an hour. I'm going 41. It's not that fast where I'm going at the moment. But it just feels fast. It feels so quick. And it feels planted as well. I'm sitting in here and I'm just thinking, I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm on edge like I do, oddly enough, in the Boxster. I think that noise is just incredible as well. And you know, it handles beautifully. It sits and turns around every corner I throw it at. And you know, it is a phenomenal bit of kit. I don't know, did I make a mistake buying the Boxster, or have I bought the right car? I really don't know at the moment, because I think this is pretty special. I think one thing Mazda are very good at is making it feel like you're going faster than you are. It does feel slower than the Porsche, and I don't know whether that's because the Porsche just feels more Porsche, you know, and I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but I must say, driving through these roads of the New Forest, it is lovely, and I could see why so many people buy these cars. You know, it's yeah, Mazda did good with this car. This is the first time I've driven an NC Generation MX-5. I'm used to driving NAs or NBs, and you know, the NAs, they're great cars, they handle fantastically, same with the NBs, but this car is on another level. It really is. I am really enjoying it. I've picked up on it already, but it handles beautifully. It's so nimble. It just feels like it's going to go wherever you want it to go. I do really like this car. I honestly really do like this car. And if I were ever to sell the Boxster, which is nicely over there behind us, I think I'd make an offer on this car. It's that 2-cylinder engine in this, it's so fruity. It just sounds phenomenal. And this car also has CarPlay retrofitted as well, so what more could you want? You could just take this anywhere and just enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it. And like I said, it's limited edition, this car. It's 1,113 of 3,500. And, you know, it is incredible. Absolutely incredible. As we bring her back round here and go back down the road to do it all over again. Just that noise! The noise of this car is just sensational. I can't wait to get an exhaust on the Boxster. I honestly can't. This is a fantastic car. This is a really, really good car. And when the owner Josh watches this, I'm going to be cringing because I've told him so many times he should buy a Boxster instead of an MX-5. But I won't ever tell him this to his face. He made a bloody good choice. Really bloody good choice. It is just amazing. An amazing, amazing bit of kit. And yeah, it is a fantastic car. So, driving the Boxster. Now, first of all, you'll notice it's a lot more rattly and it's a lot louder. That's because there's a hole in the exhaust just behind me. But as we pull out onto the main road and give her some guns, it's very loud, it sounds like a tractor, and it's also vibrating like mad. But you just know you're in a Porsche. The MX-5 I drove earlier is in front of me, and you know, it sounds great and it feels great. But there's something about this car. I just feel like it just excites you. You get in it and you just want to give it more and more and more. As we go full throttle, it just pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls. It is fantastic, and you know, like I keep saying, it's the car that saved Porsche, and Porsche designed an incredible thing when they made this and unveiled it. And there were a lot of people that weren't a fan of it. A lot of people thought, no, that's not what Porsche need at all. But you know what? It was what Porsche needed, and it is fantastic. And now, this may sound biased, but I think I did make the right choice in this. The MX-5 is phenomenal, but this is a Porsche, and yes, it needs a lot of work, the brake pedals the accelerator pedals currently sticking. It feels like it needs something down there to give it a bit more engagement. But you know, you just send it and it just goes and goes and goes and goes. And I absolutely love this car. I'm so glad I bought it. I think it handles better than the MX-5 as well. It just feels a lot more planted. You have the flat six behind you instead of in front of you. It makes the back end of the car sit down a lot better as we go after the MX-5, which is difficult because this is faster. The owner won't like me saying that, but this is faster. My God, what a car. It is an amazing, amazing thing, this car. It just needs a better noise. And you know, this car doesn't have CarPlay retrofitted like the MX-5 does. It's 6 years older than the MX-5. That's a 2005, this is 1999. Hell, the car's older than I am, for God's sake. But you know, I would not have this thing any other way. I go quiet when I drive and I just smile when I listen to it, and it just goes, and I go down a gear and it just fucking pulls. It pulls and it pulls and it pulls, and it's, you know, you don't realise how fast you're going. It's, you know, the MX-5, I said it as well, you feel like you're going 100 and you're only going 40, but in this you feel like you're going 40 and you are going 40. You know, it feels as fast as you're going, but you don't realise how quickly it builds up the speed till a corner approaches you, and you suddenly look at your speedo and you're like, crap, I need to slow down here. But yeah, this is a fantastic car, and like I say, I know it's not perfect, and I will fix it, but I just love it. I absolutely love it. Under power, it doesn't sound as bad as it does when you're at them. But that MX-5 sounds so damn good in front. That MX-5 does sound incredible. And, you know, as soon as the exhaust is fixed on this is going to sound insane. You know, this is what you buy this car for. To take it into the forest and just get the sun on your face, the roof down, and get out there and go for a drive. I'd love to drag race that Mazda because I think this would pull it. I honestly do. This is one of those rare days you get in England where the sun is actually shining and you can enjoy a car like this. Oh, that's bumpy. You do have to avoid bumps in this car with a fear of the suspension just falling off. Again, it's 26 years old. It is starting to go a bit crusty. So you do really need to avoid the bumps. But you just get to enjoy it. Just get to enjoy it. It's just such a lovely, lovely place to be, this car as well. It is comfortable as well, and I don't feel, you know, I'm 6 foot tall. I don't feel too cramped in it. I know a guy that's 6'3" and he got in it and he did feel a bit cramped, so maybe 3 inches makes all the difference. Not the first time I've heard that in my life, but you know, it does. It is a lovely place to be, and I can't wait to take it on so many more adventures. You really get the power in this car above 3,000 RPM. You have to make that flat six behind me really work, and you know, the power's good low down, but all of the power is up high. So this is what it's all about. Winding, twisting roads through the forest, sun shining, lots of noise from both cars, just burning petrol, but just having a smile on your face. It's what makes these cars fantastic. And you know, I only got to drive the MX-5 for a short time. We're a bit short on time today, but I would still have this, I think. But if someone offered me that tomorrow, I'd take it off their hands and I'd have both. That MX-5 is honestly so good. But you know what? I'd still love this. And that's not me being biased. When you're in this, you're in a Porsche. And you know that, I think this handles slightly better. I honestly do. Hello, dog. Yeah, but if Dacia made that, I'd buy one because I'd be like, oh my god, Dacia made a good car.
However, for 50k, there is a third option.
Thank you for watching this Porsche Torque video. I hope you enjoyed this back-to-back comparison of the MX-5 and the Boxster. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time when I do something else on the internet.